In this next section, we're going to discuss absolute speed. Absolute speed fits two primary scenarios when we work with athletes. The first scenario is working with more of your endurance type athletes, so having the capacity to have an efficient mechanic to optimize performance and decrease injury. Whether you're going for a mile run or you're going for more marathon, Ironman type distances, having an optimal running mechanic allows you to help your athletes change their game. The second major scenario we're going to use absolute speed for is for more of our max velocity sprinting. So this could be for a field or court sport athlete that has to chase down an opponent or is being chased, or think of it in the context of sprinting, where now we have an athlete who's up past that 20 to 30 meter mark, more vertical, turning and burning on the track. With that, absolute speed is typically characterized by a couple critical technical facets. Number one, you'll notice the body is always in a vertical position. This vertical position allows us to consistently deal with gravity in an effective manner. The second major thing that we typically see with absolute speed is a cyclical type leg action matching with the arms. If I'm an elite sprinter, that cyclical action is going to involve me stepping all the way up over my down knee. But if I'm more of an endurance athlete, that cyclical action might involve me simply stepping over my ankle to my shin. So the action itself stays the same. The general principles of body posture and leg mechanics are the same. The only difference is the speed that I'm trying to hold. But at the end of the day, the ability for an athlete, elite or novice, endurance or sprinter, to hold an optimized movement mechanic is what characterizes absolute speed. And by teaching an athlete optimized absolute speed, you decrease their risk of injury and you optimize their efficiency and performance. In this next series, we're going to go over our absolute speed wall drills. Again, this allows us to create the context for what the athlete's going to need to do on the actual field. If we recall back to our presentation, we want to think of our order of operations in terms of adjusting technique going as follows: posture, leg action, arm action. Therefore, the wall allows us to teach the optimal posture, start to introduce how the legs should sync up with that posture, making a much easier transition when we go to more complex drills on the actual field. We're going to go through three distinct progressions. Number one, posture holds. Give the athlete an understanding of the specific positions they need to be in with absolute speed. Number two, we're going to go through our three-position posture holds, starting to teach them to navigate extension, flexion, but most importantly, leg recovery. And then finally, we're going to take them through singles, which allows them to go through a full single leg cycle, which mimics exactly what we need them to do on the field of play. We'll start with our posture holds. Okay, Jair, let's have you get against the wall. When we look at this, the wall is really much more for context and balanced, to give Jair some kind of orientation relative to his body. He should not be leaning in. We should see no angle, therefore the body should be perfectly vertical, just like he will on the field. From here then, what should we notice? Feet are going to be together. Belt buckle is pushed forward, almost as if he was leaning into the wind. If I was to look under his heels, just a little bit of daylight, just enough to slide a couple credit cards. When we do these drills, we always want to think of the outside leg as the reference or the post leg. Therefore, it'll always stay straight. The inside leg is going to be our dynamic or our quick leg, the one actually going through the drills. Hence the reason you have to do these facing both directions. To start off with, we're going to go through posture holds and get in a position that we call the figure four. So Jair is going to bring his inside leg up, nice and strong, beautiful. Notice a couple things. Head to heel, again, strong as steel. We see that heel sits plumb right next to his knee. Trigger is up, which simply means his laces are locked to his shin in a good dorsiflex position. That knee is pointed slightly downhill. That's exactly what we want to see. Therefore, the hip is flexed right around 80 degrees. And again, that knee is nice and tightly locked in so that the bottom of the shoe stays parallel right to the quad. We call this the figure four position simply because he's creating a four with his body. If we think about video analysis and running on the actual field, when we watch a person inevitably become weight-bearing, so therefore their foot is right under their center of mass, this is the quintessential position every athlete should get to. Therefore, figure four is the number one thing we emphasize with our wall drills. Once Jair can hold this for about 15 seconds each side, then we're ready to move into something a bit more dynamic. I'm going to have Jair rest now. One thing you have to understand with these longer holds across all of our wall drills is oftentimes people that have stiff hips will find that their TFL is going to start to cramp. So understand, initially, you might need to have people have a lower position or give them shorter repetitions on here from a time perspective and have them do more sets of it. But once an athlete can hold that position, Then we're ready for our 3-position posture holds. From here now, I'll have Jair locking onto the wall. He's going to bring that inside leg forward so that the ball of his foot is right in line with that reference leg toe. From this position, I'm going to give him 3 calls. Back, up, recover. Back, up, recover. The back is mimicking the extension that will occur on the ground during actual running. Notice, as I say back, from head to hip, there should be no movement in the body. This is where Jair and all your athletes start to learn how to use the body as an anchor by which the leg can pull on. When I say up, we're looking for that rapid leg recovery. Those laces are smacking right up under his hip. And then when I say recover, or coming down, he's going to put his foot right back in that same set position. Back, up, recover. Both sides. Nice and strong here. Beautiful. Inside leg slightly forward. Lock the laces up. Again, a little bit of daylight on the outside leg allows an easier transition for his leg through extension. 3 calls now. Back, up, recover. Beautiful. Back. Notice, body didn't move. Up, figure 4, recover. One last time. Back, up, recover. The last thing I want you to notice, on the up call, his body did not move. Again, he created a foundational or an anchor by which his hip flexor could throw his leg up. That's exactly what athletes need to do on the field. We know that sprinters' hip flexors are literally 3 times larger than the average human. This starts developing functional capacities in that hip flexor region, which is critically important for the field. Now that we know he knows how to get his leg up there, let's see if he can go through a full cycle. Final drill, single cycle. He'll bring his leg up nice and strong. On my go call, go. He'll bring it right down, cycle it up. Go, go, go. Again, a quick little cycle off the ground, touching the ground as if to light a match or slice a thin slice of cheese, right? But hit that ground nice and lightly. We're not trying to dig into the earth. Nice and strong here. Inside leg up and ready. Nice and strong now. He's going to start and finish in this figure 4 position every single time, lightly brushing the ground. On my go call. And go. Go. Strong posture. Go. 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 And relax. You can inevitably take that drill into a double, if not a triple cycle in some cases. But at least being able to own the single cycle, left and right, gives you assurance that the athlete's going to be capable to start going through your drills on the field. That's exactly how we want to perform our absolute speed wall drills. Posture holds, 3-position posture holds, and single cycle.